WhatsApp को join कर दिए.
Start. Good morning, Namaskar. I am Dalmeet Kaur, founder of Riches Multi Services, live from the page of Riches Multi Services and Zoom. We have our guests, Mr. Neeraj Kumar and Mr. Madhur Batra with us today for the startup story of Candy and Shubheksha Advisor. Welcome to the session, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome to the session. Before we continue with the session, let me remind you all what our company does. We at Riches Multi Services are taking care of all your investment needs for all your investment consultancies, online and offline education platform, and your health and supplements. We are associated with Wealth Creation group of companies for our investment consultancy, Level INC for health and supplement wings, and our own online and offline platform for various educational platforms. For any details regarding the company or any feedback related to this session, you can always log on to www.richesmultiservices.com, or you can contact us on our WhatsApp number 991999 Our associates will get back to you soon. Today's session is on a startup named Candy and Shubheksha Advisors. And because we are talking about startups and entrepreneurship, this quote is a need. Your work is going to fill large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. Work is to love what you do. We have a live example for this quotation, Mr. Neeraj Kumar and Mr. Madhur Batra. I'm going to give a small introduction about them, and then we can carry on with the session, and we'll know much more about what they are doing in their startups. Give me a second. Mr. Neeraj Kumar has an experience of 13 years and is the director in the startup. He's a mechanical engineer by qualification from NIT Patna. He has worked on domain of regulatory affairs, policy advocacy, business development, business consultancy, and power trading. Our second guest, Mr. Madhur Batra, is also a director in the startup with an experience of more than 20 years as a chartered accountant. He has a 14 plus years of experience working with large MNCs in corporate planning and strategy, risk management, budgeting, fundraising, and taxation. Madhur is taking care of Shubheksha's investors fund, compliances, and portfolio management. Rest of the things we'll understand from both of them. Welcome to the session.
Thank you.
One by one, we are going to take up questions from you both. And our first question regarding your startup is, what is the bond that you two share which encouraged you both to start this? Since this is a combined effort, तो आप लोगों को किस चीज ने encourage किया कि चलो कुछ करते हैं और साथ में करते हैं? Because power trading is a new concept, like अभी बहुत लोगों को इसके बारे में पता भी नहीं है. तो नीरज जी आप बताइए.
Well, the story goes back to, I think, in 2010, when we started working together. We were working together in the previous organization. So while Mother was taking care of finances, I was taking care of the business development. So, that's where we both met. And then we shared the same value system of work ethics and the perspective about business. So that's how we came together. Now, since Madhur, has a a unique characteristic of going into finer details, and that's where he complements me. So while I take care of the business development part, he goes into the finest detail and places us strategically at a place where we can develop at a greater speed than others. Right.
And tell us something about Shubheksha Advisors. Like, what is its background, vision? What is the team planning to do? What is the team that people are carrying?
Yeah. So Shubheksha, when we started this, we wanted to project ourselves as an energy advisor, and that's what we are today. So we started this in 2018, and we started with clients like Advent, which is a client engaged in many businesses. It has many verticals of cement industry. It has a business vertical of manufacturing of sugar. It has a business vertical of the hardware products. So and we have clients like Birla Sugar. We have clients like PCML. So both, if you see at our client list, all these clients are the energy intensive industries, which require a large part of their cost of production is energy, be it electricity, be it oil, or be it petroleum product. So that is where we want to advise them to reduce their cost. So we have some new trends coming up in India. So most of these industries or the commercial clients do not have that facility to get into these kind of instruments. So that is where we wanted to pitch in, fill that gap. So that was our idea of starting this whole thing. Later on, since we started interacting with the clients, we came to know their other requirements also. So we went ahead and got the membership in the Power Exchange, where you can trade electricity, you can trade certificates. So that is one area that we also deal into. And the third part is, when if you can read the newspaper, almost every day you will find a news about solar. Yeah. So solar generation is coming up in a large way. It has come up a long way. Still a long way has to be covered. So the generators who are actually setting up the power plants, they have the requirement of local licensing. They have a requirement of local approvals, and they also want to find customers where we have a good hold. The industrial as well as commercial customers want to get hold of them to supply them electricity at a cheaper cost. So we are there to serve them also, and we have built up. We have signed many agreements to find customers for them, and we have come out a long way in these 2 years. Right.
Thank you so much for explaining this concept of power trading and usage of solar electricity. Thank you so much. Our next question is, we really want to know something about Candy, as it is related to the chain of restaurants, and we can see this concept of eating out frequently in our generation very well. So what is Candy and how it is relatable to Shubheksha Advisors?
Okay. See, we started Candy in 2019, It is a basically we found that there is a gap for the need. Millennials are looking out to eat outside, and there was a gap in NCR region. So to fill in the gap of demand and supply, we thought of starting a chain of restaurants, and we identified few areas where there is a population living, but restaurants are not available and food delivery business is not there. So to just to fill in the gap, and while we were doing some research, we met with Nirulas, which is a very well-known brand, and we had a nostalgic feeling about Nirulas, especially for the 90s and late 80s guys who were living in NCR region. Everybody is related to Nirulas. So we thought of starting up a franchise of Nirulas. We started first restaurant in April 2019. Then we invested further and took franchisees to 6 Nirulas in all across Noida and Delhi. Then we moved to Chandigarh. In later part of 2019, we invested in a fast food chain for this Kaleva, which is basically the ethnic mithai stores and the chaat papadi and kachoris and stuff like South Indian, Chinese, a mix of just like a concept like Haldiram's.
Premium outlook.
Yeah. So to add to our cuisine, we also started with a franchisee called Moti Mahal Deluxe to add a non-veg flavor to our cuisines. So adding all this, we started our own brand called Chinese, Thai and Chinese by the name of Kyandi. And we started this in Satya Niketan near South Campus, and we are serving delicacies of Thailand and Chinese flavor, customized to Indian taste. So this is how we started and built around 10 restaurants across NCR in last 1 year. So this is how we started.
So with all the delicacies you have mentioned, our taste buds have already been activated. So this was going to be my last question, but I really want to ask this now. Like for all our viewers who have joined us right now, what benefit of how they are going to get rewarded? My question is for you, Madhurji, now.
For our viewers who are joining us, they are our esteemed guests basically, and thank you for the fans of Nirulas, Moti Mahal and Kaleva. So we will offer them a 15% discount on, we'll give them a coupon through you, through Riches Multi Services, and they can avail the facilities and the best cuisines from these 3 brands at our stores at a discounted price of 15%. So we'll definitely honor that.
And so for all the foodies who have joined us in the sessions, because most of them are very well known for all these brands, and especially to yours also.
Yeah. To add to this, we have also started catering business. Since we had all kind of cuisines in Indian, Thai, Chinese, South Indian. So we have started a catering business as well. So anybody requiring any kind of catering, be it commercial catering, wedding, parties, so they can contact us, and we'll be happy to serve them.
So my request to all the viewers who have joined us live also, or specifically for those who are going to raise queries or feedbacks on our website regarding this session or through comments, you are most welcome to collect the discount coupons through the online mode also from Riches Multi Services on behalf of Candy and Shubheksha Advisors. Thank you so much for this reward that you are providing to all our viewers.
You're most welcome.
So one thing I'm sure about, that chase the vision, not the money. The money will end up following you. You are following. I'm must say that any one of you must be a foodie who likes to try and eat all the different delicacies. So I want to know who is one between two of you.
I think both of us are foodies, and we like to taste different foods across international foods, basically. Be it South Indian, Indian, or Italian, or American, any kind of food we love.
Great. And I'm also one of them. So I'll join you soon for all these things.
Okay, you're most welcome.
Next thing we want to know, Madhurji, how these companies are associated to each other. Like, are the licenses are same, or there is some other one related to this?
No, we both are the promoters of both the companies. So it is entered into different verticals. Earlier, we started with power trading and power energy consultancy. Then we moved into this food business. So we both are the promoters of these two companies. That's how it is related.
So, what was the basic idea behind the startup Shubheksha Advisors and Candy? I would like Neeraj ji also to answer this question.
Yeah, the main idea as
The basic idea, like when you decided that I have to do something, and the other second you decided that it should be Candy or Shubheksha Advisors.
okay. So the main idea behind, as I told you, is that we saw some gap which needs to be filled in the energy services market. That gap was largely for the energy intensive industries, and moreover, within the core reason behind it is to start our own thing. So that's always behind that. But the kind of services that we were we started to offering to our clients is to main idea is to lower their cost of production. So that's the main idea where we pitch in. And as we entered, we ran through about 2-3 years. We started finding some more needs of the client. So we started giving them solutions like supplying power from sources other than what they are taking it today. And we also started giving them solutions of intensive, incentivizing them of the green certificates. So this green certificate is a new concept in India, where each of the generator or the power consumer, whoever is willing to buy that, they can buy that and reduce their carbon footprint. So that is one of the latest services that we have added up. And we are going ahead with giving them an international instrument for that also. So we are working on the idea of providing them with the international what is called renewable energy certificates. So wherever they are situated across the world, they can count them in their credit to reduce their footprint. So that is the one thing. For Candy, Madhu can explain you, right?
See, I was 2-3 years back. I was living in Delhi, wherein we have abundance of restaurants, and every nook and corner you find something to eat. But when I moved to Noida 2-3 years back, so there was the markets were very far off, and local markets don't cater to good products, and good eateries were not available. So wherein we found some gap, and we thought of servicing the local customers, and we started Nerulas here in JP Westtown. And from there, we thought that there are many such areas which are they don't have access to good restaurants and eateries. So we found that areas wherein we have some kind of excess demand in terms of food, and the public is there to enjoy the delicacies. And we started establishing these restaurants in these locations. So this was the idea, just to fill in the gap between the supply and demand for the food business.
So in both the cases, where on one side You are taking care of protecting the environment by promoting the renewable resources of energy, and on the other hand, you are supplying or making available the food
Supplying them with the fresh food and the quality food.
precious
Right.
food along with the quality to those who are living in far off areas but really love eating out and enjoying different delicacies.
Yes.
So doing the work, doing the business along with completing your social responsibilities. This is the sum up I can come up with.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
So, Mr. Neeraj and Mr. Madhur Batra, if I ask, where do you see yourself and these two companies 5 years from now? So,
Yeah.
what would you suggest? What the way you have been working on your missions and visions? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
From where we started in 2018, the basic idea will remain same in future also. And we want to position ourselves as a leaders in providing energy advisory solutions. So that solutions may be the resources and in terms of the suggestions or in terms of any advices to the clients, or it may extend to the providing them some service as well. So that is the main idea. We want to position ourselves and known for this across India. And we have clients already in Telangana, we have clients in Hyderabad, we have clients in Karnataka, we have clients in Northeast, we have clients in all NCR regions, including Lucknow, Jaipur. So we are growing up, and we are of the belief that within 5 years we'll able to position ourselves and known for our services. Right? This is as far as Subeksha is concerned, right? But the Kyandi, I think Madhur would be able to answer this.
Yes, Madhur.
For Kyandi, I think we have started a brand, a very niche brand in Thai and Chinese category, and we would like to take it up to different levels. We'll add our franchises in different areas, including the whole of NCR and outside NCR. So we'll create some kind of franchise business. We'll provide ready-to-eat Chinese and Thai meal, so that it is not necessary like you have various ready to eat meals. You just have to heat and you can consume. So we are finding out technology wherein we can blast pack the products and we can supply to the end consumers. So the shelf life will increase by say, you can say, it will be by 12 months shelf life will be there for the products. So we are working on the technology. It will take some time. Another 2-3 months, we'll roll out some kind of products under this brand, and we'll take the franchise business to the next level.
Wow. So I'm really, very impressed with the vision you have explained for the next 5 years. All my wishes, all the wishes from the team of Riches Multi Services and our viewers is with you all, so that you can progress at a faster rate. Whatever you are thinking to achieve 5 years from now, I would wish you achieve it in 2-3 years. So,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
you. So on this note, I really want to know your experience with Riches Multi Services and its team, as you have already been in terms with us since so long. So how has been your experience with the team of Riches Multi Services?
See, I've been associated with Ashish ji for last 25 years, and he has been guiding us in terms of investments, wealth management, uh, stocks, and other services. So he's an expert in himself, and he is guiding throughout last 25 years. It has been very educative for us as well. When we interact with Ashish ji, it is we learn every time. So it has been a great journey for last 25 years, I would say, with Riches Multi Services.
To add on to that, Ashish helps us to refining our all decisions. Reason being, he acts as a devil's advocate. every time he stands against us and start asking question, why you are doing this, what will happen with this. So many questions comes from me, and while answering him we get to refine our decisions. And along with Ashish ji and his team is also helping us throughout, and his team, I must congratulate them for the excellent work they are taking up.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm really very grateful to you and that you have given us so much respect regarding all these. I remember when we started Riches Multi Services, Ashish ji told me about both of you in the beginning only. So wish you luck and best wishes for the startups you have taken off. And thank you for joining us for this session. For our viewers, you can always collect the discount coupons from us through any of our social media network. And to remind you all, you can always log on to www.richesmultiservices.com for any needs related to investment consultancy, health and supplements, and education platforms. I think this is all for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We plan a second session regarding the SPAR trading, because it is an interesting subject and I really know that many people would like to know more about it. So let's plan it soon. Thank you for being with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.